What's up, guys? Will back with another review. This time of one you guys have probably seen before. This knife's been around for a little bit. The Vastid Parallel Ultra Thin. Regular price on Amazon of $129 even. It is 154 cm blade, crossbar lock, thumb studs for deployment. So saw a good amount of people talking about this one, and I wanted to see how I felt about it. I didn't look at the specs before I picked it up. I didn't realize that it's a little bit of a smaller knife than I expected. I mean, not necessarily smaller, but not as long as I initially thought. Blade is under 3 inches, about 2.9. I mean, it's not super long knife. I thought this was closer to 8 inches. In actuality, it's a 7.5, I think, maybe a little bit less. But typical for Vastid, the action's awesome. This is the first one from them that I've used a crossbar with. It works great. I still don't like crossbars, but it works. Deep carry wire clip they do on summer knives, like the porcupine, stuff like that, which is reversible. I will say one thing that I noticed with this knife, and I think it's more stuff. I think it's just a crossbar lock that make the camera better. The crossbar lock just gets in the way when I'm in a reverse flick. You know, because depending where your finger, if you have your finger, you know, typically you either want your finger out, which you can't really do as easily with the finger thumb studs, but you can. Otherwise, your finger's on here, you're over the crossbar. But either way, and it's me just complaining about crossbars like I do about not enough jimping. The knife's comfortable to hold. Titanium handle. There's really, you know, I mean, there's really nowhere else to go except here. I mean, I guess if you want to go on top here, I suppose you can. This does feel more comfortable. And yeah, there's no hot spots. It's fine. This knife, I do, for it being as thin as it is, I mean, it's super light. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I thought that was the whole point of the thin knife, was it to be more of like an 8-inch knife that was thinner, not a smaller knife that was also thinner. See, there we go. My finger was in the way of the crossbar lock. I didn't pop open. But, I mean, Vastid's build quality on something this thin it's pretty impressive. I mean, that's a very thin blade. And it's a good amount of blade. I usually prefer bigger knives. And that's, I mean, around 8 inches, and I don't really go, I try to stay around there. Some of the bigger knives, I don't have the biggest hands, so they become a little bit harder for me to functionally use. I wish this knife was either this length and not as thin, or the opposite. This thin and a little bit longer. That doesn't take away from the fact that this is a very good knife. Now, Vastid's knives seem overall to be pretty fairly priced. I don't know, $129 for this. I mean, you're paying for 154 cm. But if this was their top liner lock, I would maybe be okay with it. But the fact that it's a crossbar lock, and since I'm not a fan of the crossbar lock, I don't think that I would pay this for this. I mean, in your pocket, yeah, I guess you won't feel it as much, but I haven't come across too many knives that I have an issue with the bulkiness of them. So this is kind of a niche category that I don't know if too many people are going to go, I want just because it's thinner. I mean, if it being thin is what made it lightweight, then I get that. I understand the lightweight part of it. At the same time, though, I also don't like my knives to be too lightweight, because then it feels like it's going to fly to my hand when I'm deploying it. So I don't think this knife is for me. But it's Vastid. It deploys great, it closes great, it's comfortable to hold, it's built great. So if you're in a category of needing a knife that's a little bit on the smaller side, super thin and light and slicey, this is it. Especially if you can get it on sale. But I don't know about the $129 price tag. It's a cool looking knife, but functionally, I can find a bunch of knives way cheaper than this that will do the job. Like I said, this is a niche category that I don't know if it's going to hit enough people that it really becomes a thing, but it's still a nice knife. Tell me what you guys think if any of you guys have it. Like, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. I know someone keeps reaching out about Gerber knives. I've looked at a few of them and just going to try to deploy them. They just don't seem to work all that well, and I'm just immediately not interested in making a video for it, but I'm going to find one for you. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.